y'all, we have somebody who has become very quickly one of my favorite fashion. She's an icon, okay? She is not a myth, okay? She's real, okay? She is layered in Liberty, but if you know her on the street, address her as Rasheena, okay? She is
yes,
amazing.
yes. The name is Rasheena because when y'all see me in the street, y'all be like, "Yeah, you that girl from TikTok." It's Rasheena, baby. I'm gonna start saying my name because I know most people don't know my name. Rasheena, also known as Layered in Liberty.
Thank you so much, Rasheena. I
Thank
really enjoyed this. This is really giving me all the positive feelings and all the good things. It is going to be a good day. First of all, turned it, okay? The natural hair, shake on them real quick, okay? Natural hair, period.
Yeah,
Oh my
I'm
God.
crying.
Also, major shout out, love all the how I would show up in Black sitcoms. Love it, love it, love it.
Yes,
okay?
love it. I have so many like looks that I'm in here like, you should just do it. I've been in this space tussling back with I had a conversation with my friend yesterday. This is like a little random, like, yeah, so I gotta choose one. And she was laughing. I was like, I can't do it all. Like, I just can't. I don't know like who started that narrative, but like I'm okay with saying I cannot do it all.
Right.
Like,
no, but for real.
For me, I'm 31, but I just honestly started really being responsible and taking care of myself probably like 28, 29. Right?
So I'm 28, and that's when it kicks. I think for me, mine might have been like, it was 2016, because that's when I like moved to Detroit. So yeah.
Exactly, right? There's like this space of like
that 25 era. Yeah, that 25 is really when it's like
really
getting serious.
Switches life up for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I quit my job a year ago, so I've always worked for people. And I realized when I was working for people, like I was always good enough to where like I didn't have to try too hard. And I didn't care enough about the positions to want to excel, right? So it's like, I know if I want to
read me.
Dip in and dip out, right?
Yeah.
And it's like I'm good enough to where it's like I'm always going to be recognized, never going to fly under the radar, always going to be good. Always, you know what I mean? So it's always like that very sweet spot of like, just doing enough.
It's now, like I'm straight, but
running like my own platform, my brand, my business, I'm like, you cannot just do enough. You have to show up at 100%. I've never done that before. So for me, it's just been a very it's been a journey about feedback, about who I've been and who I am and who I want to be. And it's very interesting because I was like, I can't even keep my own schedule together. Like I am not in a space to run a whole styling business right now.
And that's okay. Because you're still giving it to the girls.
That's what I said. I said, for me, I just want to give it to the girls right now. I just want to get on Instagram. I want to make my content that makes me happy. I don't care if I'm not making the money I'm supposed to be making in certain aspects. I could learn that part of the business, like influencing. When I tackle that, then I can move on. I'm like, okay, I have my schedule. My life is more aligned. I'm cooking. I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? And so I just had to really sit back and say, like, does it make sense to go after 3 goals at once and get nowhere, or go after 1 goal and then go after the second one? Because the time is what you make it. The time is always going to be there, but it's just so important to really hone in and focus on what's most important. Like, it's so easy to be like, I need to do this, and that. And then like, you don't have time for friends, family, activities. And then if you don't have time for that, what's the point of this?
Yeah. No, but for real though, It's just like, and then it's like, I would rather do one thing at a time really good.
Exactly.
Instead of doing 50 things, and then it's just like your
Really
junk is out
mediocre.
there trash. It's like
And
your
like,
stuff
who wants to be
trash.
mediocre? Exactly. I'm like, I don't want to be mediocre. If I'm doing this one thing, I have time to be like, this is the only thing that I'm doing. Then that changes the game, right? I could focus on this and this and this and improving this and becoming more comfortable at this and sharing this and doing that. But when it's like, I have to learn how to do this, I have to be out here shooting and filming and buying and shopping, and no, like, there needs to be some type of focus and clarity on like what are the steps. So it's just important to really do that. And so I'm just grateful that I've gotten to that point, because, and then also just what I was saying a few minutes ago about content creation, like, I think there was insecurity around that too, in terms of like, well, did I just leave everything to do content creation? And it's like, I like it. There is nothing wrong with it. It's a part of who I am as a creative being, and it's what I want to do. And so like, sometimes I think there was an insecurity, because like, it's so important to like have to be around a certain crowd of to like, sometimes like people around you, they will say things and like almost like downplay you, try to downplay you while being like, yeah, so you doing this little thing or whatever.
Don't call myself little nothing.
Oh, you making that much of this? So I don't really tell people like what I make and stuff, but like, you know, they'll like, oh, you doing this or that or whatever. And so it's very important to be careful that you don't let those things affect you. And you just, like you said, like, just do you. And so like, I've never had a issue in confidence and dressing and looking good, because that's just where I excel. But I have had an issue in like my like being in the corporate world, or like being a businesswoman. Like I've always felt like I didn't fit in certain, you know what I'm saying? Like I always felt timid or shy.
But I feel like, you know, that kind of goes along with like, not getting super political, but it's just like, that's by design. That's like where like corporate stuff, it's designed to not make people that look like us, people that talk like us, people that think like us comfortable. It's not supposed to, right? It's like, you see, it's doing what it's supposed, that system is doing what it's supposed to do. Just like when people be like, this is injustice, when you see crazy stuff going on in our legal systems, but it's like, can't be, this is the system. No, the system's working exactly the way that it was designed to work. It's protecting exactly who it was designed to protect. In corporate, yeah, you're not supposed to, like, they literally, I feel like sometimes the design can be to make you feel like you're not supposed to be past a certain point. If you do, but you're supposed to work like you're way past this point. And then you're supposed to work and stay good and be grateful for being put in a mediocre space when you're way more than that. And I think that's what kind of made me want to move, because by day, and I'm still working by day, financial work, but my passion is creativity, writing, screenwriting, doing this podcast, and getting that type of media like stuff up. And I would love to be in front of cameras, behind cameras, producing all these different things. But it's like, because I want to represent what I didn't feel. I want somebody else to understand that it's not just them. That's why I rock with you so heavy, right? Because it's like, because I feel that. I feel like I'm feeling like you be talking to me, you know, when you like, girl, just go get the clothes and wear them. God, if they look crazy, get them adjusted, or we gonna at least know what you don't want to wear. And it's like we at least have like a starting point. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like representation, and I'll say it to the end. It's like representation is really what matters. And it's not. It doesn't even have to be me being represented, as long as somebody can feel like, hey, as long as no one's hurting anybody and things like that, can feel like, hey, I feel seen, I feel understood, and feel a little bit more I guess, accepted in this world in that sense. It's like you don't want to be accepted, I get it. But like at the same time, providing representation lets people know, hey, I'm okay if I don't fit into whatever this norm is that has been solidified and cemented for everybody else.
Exactly.
I'm actually okay. It's like in that
yeah, and that part, like actually being okay if you don't fit the norm, because for me, I I don't live my life to please white people, right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of people they do, right? And I've mm-hmm. noticed that, like, I'm like, well, what are white? I don't care what white people are going to think about me. So, like, if I want to show up speaking the way that I speak, as long as I understand what they're saying and I can communicate to them mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. what needs to be said, if I understand, if I have the knowledge mm-hmm. and I understand, why does it matter how I speak?
Right. Why does it have to be palatable for your comfort? You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And I feel like sometimes, like, and you can fall, and I feel you on that. And like, at times, if there's ever a time or a point where I'm like, oh, I'm trying to be more palatable, or you're like, you don't want to act like this, girl, don't be acting like this in front of these white people. Then that's a point where I know it's like, oh, I need to check myself because it's some work I need to do. Because what am I doing that for? They're not trying to make themselves palatable for me. And it's not like a F y'all, F everybody. But it is a, why am I so uncomfortable with myself that I will compromise myself to the point to make you comfortable, but I am no longer comfortable.
Exactly.
That's a problem.
It is a problem. And if I can express the information the way that it needs to, where it's clear to you, then I don't have to make you comfortable in my tone, in my look, I shouldn't have to strip myself down. You
but
build yourself
don't owe you that.
One thing I love about God is that, like, God never changed his expectation for us, right? Mm-hmm. His expectations are always the same. We can either meet them or not meet them, but his expectations are not going to is not going to change, and he won't love us any less. Mm-hmm. But he's never going to lower the bar and say, "I'm going to meet you here." It's always going to be here. Now, if you ever get here, that's up to you. And so for me, I'm always like, when I'm this phase in my life, when I'm nurturing relationships or when I'm going out and sharing myself in the public, I'm like, these are the expectations, right? Mm-hmm. And if I lower those expectations, I lose myself. I lose my purpose, my clarity. And it's like a slow death, right? Yeah. Because you're not being honest and you're not being true. So, like, if this is the expectation and I'm meeting it for myself and I know that I'm prepared and I have the knowledge, everything else doesn't matter.